We are eagerly awaiting the announcement of a Nintendo Direct for February. When is it coming? We don't know, but supposedly there's going to be one this month. I'm holding my breath because we get our hopes up. We always get disappointed, but we're in the twilight of the Nintendo Switch. This is like the end of the Switch era. The Switch 2 is rumored to be coming out this year. I like to call it the Super Nintendo Switch, but we're eagerly awaiting a showcase of new announcements, new games. We've seen the rumors. Potentially Star Fox, potentially a new Zelda game spinoff, potentially a new Mario 3D game. You name it. We've heard all of the rumors and speculation. And it seems like right now Nintendo is just basically bringing ports, remakes, smaller titles. But you still got to think, if this is the final year of the Nintendo Switch before we move to the next console, there's got to be a grand finale. There's got to be a show-stopping announcement. There's got to be something that just wows us. And, you know, let's take a look at some predictions, maybe some rumors, stuff that we might see. If there's a Nintendo Direct again, nothing's been confirmed, but, you know, I would like to talk and discuss about some of these. So last time you saw, I touched on the rumor of a Donkey Kong game coming out as a result of the anniversary of Donkey Kong Country. I'm excited for that if that was to happen. I feel that the possibilities are there with Donkey Kong, especially with Mario versus Donkey Kong coming out on the Switch. I think of it maybe as a litmus test to see if, you know, maybe Nintendo's like, okay, people are interested in Donkey Kong again. Super Mario Brothers movie made Donkey Kong shine quite a bit. Universal Studios is having a Donkey Kong themed park next to Super Nintendo World. Who knows, right? But it is time. It's a long time for a new Donkey Kong. And whether, you know, it's a 2D game or a 3D game, I think that we will definitely enjoy it, especially now if we get an announcement that there's going to be fresh, new gaming experiences with Donkey Kong. Now, on top of that, one rumor that I saw that I absolutely am stoked for is the potential for a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Ocarina of Time is my most favorite video game of all time. That is the game that basically sold me in on Zelda as my favorite franchise. After that came out, I was like, all right, I'm 110% sold on everything Zelda. No matter what happens going forward, it's my game of choice. Well, now there's rumors, right, that a remake of this iconic game could be coming out, and I think that this would be a amazing cherry on top of a Nintendo Direct. Actually, I think this could overshow a potential rumored release announcement or a new gameplay trailer of Metroid Prime 4. That's just me. I think a Zelda Ocarina of Time remake could be bigger than Metroid Prime 4. Now, on top of that, there's been rumors floating around. Maybe we could see Super Mario Wonder get a DLC. I know a lot of people were kind of let down that we didn't see exactly like a huge expansion for Odyssey. And then when Wonder came out, there was no DLC on top of that. I'm thinking that there could be a DLC possibly on Wonder. That game did great. Everybody pretty much loved Mario Wonder. And I think, you know, maybe even if it's an update that includes extra worlds, maybe some new challenges or challenging levels, maybe even some new characters that you could play in the game, you know, like some of the characters like Nabbit and Toadette and stuff like that. I think adding some new characters for the gameplay could actually be good. Now, if we're talking about ports and games like that, I know I brought up a Star Fox discussion with Star Fox Zero saying that they should definitely port that game over from the Wii U since that game kind of just didn't get appreciated or played for what it was. I didn't like the second screen experience with the Wii U tablet. There's another game that I didn't like having a second screen experience, but it was on the 3DS, and that's Kid Icarus Uprising. There was some gameplay elements of it that I liked, but it was just really hard to play because you had to have it like standing on the little accessory, and your hand had to be kind of like in a weird claw thing to hit the shoulder button, and it was just, I don't know. I think Kid Icarus is a long dormant franchise that Nintendo should 110% be taking advantage of. It's one of those characters that, due to the popularity of Smash Brothers, they've somewhat stayed relevant, like Star Fox, Kid Icarus, the Punch-Out people. I feel that, you know, it's time for people to experience these franchises outside of Smash Brothers. So I think Kid Icarus coming out would also be another potential one. Now, F-Zero, just had a little bit of a refresh with F-Zero 99, but I think an F-Zero GX remake port would be pretty good. I feel personally this is my most favorite F-Zero game out of all of them, and I feel that a polished and updated version of this high-speed racer could basically be I guess, a nostalgic blast to the past for longtime fans of the F-Zero era. And I feel it's been a while since we had like a really good racer, like a good fast-paced racer on Nintendo's consoles. On top of that, I mentioned Metroid Prime 4. This game, when is it coming out? I made a couple videos asking, when's Metroid Prime 4 coming out? It's like Nintendo had it announced 5 years ago just about, then they kind of scrapped it 2 years later into development, restarted it from scratch, and it hasn't come out. I've heard rumors that they're working on cutscenes, that cutscenes are the thing causing issues for it. I've heard rumors that it's just in development hell. At this point, I would expect it to come out as a cross-gen title for both the Switch and the Switch 2. But I feel it's due time. We need a substantial update, Nintendo. I'm not even a Metroid fan, but we need a substantial update. I think if we finally got some out there, a new trailer, something like that, it would ease the pain of what we've been waiting for throughout this time. On top of that, I think some with Mario Kart, I know they've been adding the booster courses with the expansion on Switch Online, but I feel if we get some kind of announcement with Mario Kart, not the crappy cardboard Labo Mario Kart that we had a couple of years ago, I think we should get like some kind of sneak peek or a teaser with a new Mario Kart. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is great. It's one of the best games on the Nintendo Switch. They're adding new characters and new booster stuff. How long are we going to be stuck with Mario Kart 8? I think maybe developing a new Mario Kart in general would be fantastic. And of course, there's always been the rumors of a sequel to Mario Odyssey. I don't think it's going to be Odyssey 2. I think it's just going to be a brand new 3D Mario game. I think this would be a pretty big surprise move if they were to reveal that. And of course, this is basically a dream list. It's unrealistic to expect a new Zelda or a Zelda remake, a Mario DLC, a new Mario 3D game, a new Donkey Kong, a Kid Icarus, a Metroid. That's like super E3 levels of expectations and speculation here, and that's just unrealistic. A lot of times we have to temper our expectations, guys, but these are possibilities that I feel Nintendo should bust out. At least a handful of these, a couple of them, one or two of these, maybe three in a perfect ideal setting, to give a grand finale of the Nintendo Switch. Before we move to the Switch 2, these are like bucket list items that people have been clamoring for the Nintendo Switch. And I think coming to the end of this console generation, a very successful console generation for Nintendo, it wouldn't hurt to pull a couple of these out here. So what do you think will be the big surprise out of the end of this next Nintendo Direct as we move into the Switch 2's future? Share your thoughts, share your predictions, your excitement comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're brand new. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Take care.